J-U-S-T-P-U-T, the T-I-P-P-I and me. J-U-S-T-P-U-T, the T-I-P-P-I and me. J-U-S-T-P-U-T, the T-I-P-P-I and me. J-U-S-T-P-U-T, the T-I-P-P-I and me.
How you guys doing? This is Tippy Tall Girl, and this is Just Put the Tip In podcast. It's episode 4, and we have an amazing treat for you guys today. This guy right here, this young man next to me, he's not only a businessman, he's also a jet setter. He is a retired model. Yes, ladies. He's also an online personality and actor. So everybody give it up for Mr. Tony.
Thank you.
Yes, come on, hand clap. Look, I'm about to say
the sound section,
like, ladies and gentlemen. So look, you know how this goes. Look, we have our tipsy word of the day. So today, even though this one right here does not indulge, which is perfectly fine, we don't yuck anybody's yum. But if you hear the word or the name Tony, I need y'all to kick it back for me today, okay? I'm definitely going to be getting mine. Yeah, okay, we really going to get into it today. So, I know the answer to this, but what's your sign?
Leo. Big Leo.
You already know what that is. Look.
Big Leo. August Leo, not little July Leo.
See, now, them young Leos, they a problem. They be all about their self, but when they get older, I actually like Leo men.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Virgo. So I feel like they have structure. They know what they want and they know what they don't want. So for me, I need to, just stamp it,
Virgo women, Leo men, the compatibility is the sex drive.
It's a sex drive. So I was going to say that too. Because
y'all are serial cheaters.
But I don't think it's that we cheat. We are very well planned. So we're already moving on to the direction we want to be in. We just may not have told you yet. So, I mean, it is what it is. And it's something special I learned about this one right here. He has the same birthday as Barack Obama.
Yes.
Bruh, let me see. Yes. Can we get a moment for Barack Obama? I'm sorry, but save us. We need you now. Shit. We love you, Barack. Shit, I'm going to say, I would have named my son Barack if I knew it was going to be like this. But look, we about to get into some non-political stuff because, like I said, I don't want him in here turning shit over. You can't talk to people about political things.
I'm good on it.
You want to talk about everything?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because this next portion is called Tip Drill. Okay. So this is where I go through and just ask you some quick questions.
There's a lot of polls.
Yeah. It's a lot of, I'm telling you, sometimes you just, look, it's unpausable over here. I tell them everything is plausible over here. No pausing over here. So some quick questions. I'm going to start off with one that I, again, already know. But where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York, Brownsville.
Okay, Brooklyn beef. Look, you know what I mean? I love New Yorkers. I'm sorry. And I'm going to say, so you from Brownsville. Cool. They get real gentrified right now.
Yes. It's definitely not the same. They got coffee shops, white people in shorts and John Clotters.
That's crazy. You can't be white or drink coffee back in the day.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's straight chocolate city.
Okay.
You got your Haitians and Jamaicans, mostly in Brooklyn. You got your Puerto Ricans in the Bronx. Your Dominicans over in Dykeman. Queens, just trash. And Harlem got all the trendsetters.
That's wild, because I definitely dated a Brooklyn guy that was Haitian when I was in college for a little bit. But like I met his grandmother and she definitely put something on me. But you gotta watch out for them. So
definitely
that one. I asked everybody the same thing. What's your height?
5'11".
Okay, you gotta say 6 foot in Baltimore. Like anything 5'10" and a half and up is 6 foot.
What?
Yeah, ladies, that's what they don't want it if it ain't 6 foot.
I never got the minimum.
I'm gonna ask you, when you were growing up, what was your nickname?
Ducky.
Everybody has the funniest nicknames. Why Ducky?
Because her lips was big.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I bet you that helped you out when you got a little older.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I see you.
Yeah, they
Okay.
used to call me Ducky.
Okay, Ducky. Well, look, I'm gonna go in a little hot with this next one. So, why are you single?
Um, I don't think women really this generation. I ain't gonna say generation. This stage
Mm,
of women, it's too much influence off of social media.
mm,
It's about this bringing to the table what a man should be. Um, I don't hear all that. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because for the simple fact, I had great. I grew up with my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had me. She wasn't ready.
I understand
You
this.
know what I mean? And it wasn't because she was on drugs or anything. My mom was just an outside chick.
Mm,
She wasn't ready for a kid. But I grew up with my aunt, so I had great female role models.
right.
Like my aunt was a good woman. Showed me what good women are. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about all that. He got to have this or six figures or all the statues and stuff like that. And soon I hear all that, like I'm turned off
It turns
because
you right off.
I don't need that because I had my grandfather, bless his
Hey,
feet. I don't need a woman to tell me how to be a man and how to protect you,
because you
how
was
to
raised as
provide you.
one.
Yeah, I know how to. And then a lot of times when they say all this, they don't be having nothing to bring to the
Mm-hmm.
table. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I just and I choose peace over pussy.
Oh,
That's
hey.
that's my main thing.
Sometimes you gotta say that again. What
Yeah,
you just say?
I choose peace over pussy
Glory.
anytime. So
Yeah.
I, and that's what it is. Do I like being single? No, because I like relationships. Because
Yeah.
I don't like being around niggas all day.
Hey,
Because
that part.
niggas don't
Clearly
they
not from
don't talk.
Baltimore.
The only thing they want to talk about is your pussy and money. That's cool. But they don't want to do nothing. They're like, yo, how many bitches gonna be that? No, it's gonna be bitches that. Well, I don't want to hear that all day. They don't want to go to like wine festivals,
Mm,
jazz festivals, you know, culture shit like
hmm.
relationships, things you
Right.
do in relationships. So I mean, I like relationships because, like I said, I don't like dealing with niggas all day.
And in Baltimore, YNs, they don't stop at the age of like 25. Like YNs be like almost 50 years old. Like
Yeah,
that's crazy. You know what I mean? So I totally understand what you're saying. I'm glad you did kind of dive into women because I hear a lot of your conversation online. Would you rather have natural or BBL?
natural.
Why?
BBL stink. They stink.
I was not
They don't
expecting her to say
feel. They
that.
don't feel right. It's just and they don't. It don't make the box feel right. The
Okay.
box is definitely
You're talking about
off.
the vagina.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's definitely off.
So when you say that they stink, is it like the booty wind?
Yeah, like
Oh,
yo, you
that's
sit beside
crazy.
somebody that got BBL and they sit there like that. It,
Bruh.
that smell just is unnatural.
I be thinking
Yeah,
they
it's crazy
encapsulated
right
in
there.
all of those tight like fajas and all of that, and it's probably dead skin in there and stuff. I don't
It's
know.
something. It's something. And you know, listen, don't at me. No disrespect. Y'all got BBL, but that's just not my thing.
Okay,
But
nothing
I
wrong.
know a lot of chicks that say, well, yo, you like people pictures with BBL. No, I'm liking the picture because the picture's probably hot.
Right,
Not because, yo, they got a BBL. It's probably because, yo, I like the way the picture was taken.
right. Mm-hmm.
But as a woman, no, I like natural shit because BBLs don't, a lot of them don't shake, they don't jiggle, none of that shit. They just
I hear that.
zip.
Yeah, give it to him the way God brought it to you. Okay. Also, but what's your favorite sign to date?
Aries.
Oh my gosh, my mother's an Aries. What
Aries.
about Aries do you like?
I don't know. Aries women is just like, yo, they down to earth. They humble. You know what I'm saying? They easy to talk to. Great conversation. And no, when listen, when I say submissive, a lot of black women get upset with the word submissive. It doesn't mean you're a slave. All right, because men can be submissive too when when you with the right person. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's not a problem. A lot of women take that out of contact, like they supposed to bow down to a man. No, it's what you give and what you receive back.
I love everything about this. I myself am a submissive person. So, and a lot of people don't understand you could be an alpha or dominant woman or man, but also be a submissive lover
Yeah,
or submissive within your relationship. So that's not, I like that. I mean, and a lot of women ask for men who are dominant, but at the same time can meet you where you are
but
sexually and
yo,
try to
you
please
you
you.
have men that are submissive to their women too.
Hmm.
What's his name? Um, Sierra husband.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, he loves
Russell.
her
Like,
down.
yeah. Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with it. And I see a lot of dudes that get on like, no, nigga, that's what you're supposed to do
Right.
when you have a woman like Sierra. That's what you do. You give her the world because you
Hmm.
going to get the world back
That
two
part.
times.
I hear that. Come on, you better drop jewels in here. Look, why are we talking about that? Look, actually, this has nothing to do with that. But since we was pausing so much, when was the last time you put the tip in?
Hey,
Look, you see that pause?
man, damn.
This the only
Um,
pausable moment we had here.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Valentine's Day. Yeah,
Okay,
Valentine's Day.
nothing wrong with that. At least okay. So, did you have a Valentine, or you just
Nah,
had a time?
it was just somebody. It was an ex,
Okay.
and
Shout out to the exes.
we spun the block together. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Chilled or whatever. Things popped off. Other than that, like I've been too busy running around to
Hey,
be chasing ass.
you heard what I said. Jet setting all the time. Do you have kids or grandkids?
I don't have no grandkids. I
Mhm.
had kids. I have a
Okay,
daughter.
cool.
Yeah, I have a daughter and I have a son.
That's what's up. At least you got a
Yeah.
pair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, I love that. So, what about marriage? Is that something that you're looking forward to? Or have you ever been married before?
Um, I was engaged to my son's mom. She got killed a week a week before we were supposed to be married.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So I'm not against marriage. I think marriage is a good thing, and I hate people that are married and they going through things. First thing they want to do is divorce. Like you're supposed to work it out. When you walk down the aisle and you spend all this money, that's because you want to be with this person
Yeah.
for eternity. That
Right.
means though you work things out. And people that don't work things out, like I get upset because you already been granted to marry somebody
Mhm.
that was stolen from me.
I
So I
agree.
never experienced, but you get to experience. No marriage is perfect. It's not.
Mhm.
And if you think it was, then yo, you got married for the wrong reason.
You know what's crazy is right now I'm actually going through a divorce, but at the same time I agree to say exactly what you said. Like I feel like, and I did almost 20 years. You know what I mean? Like I did a bid. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So what I can say is like through everything, but what I can say on my end, you can't fight by yourself. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I'm always gonna try to do my best. If you pivot, I'm gonna try to move with you. But at a certain point, when the other person checks out, for whatever reasons, we all go through things. You know what I mean? When you look at that person as your family and not just say, like, I wasn't in it for the wedding, I was in it for the marriage. You know what I mean? So,
but see, that's something like
mm,
yo, you put in time and you
mm,
constantly work. Sometimes
right,
you work until you
hmm,
can't work no more.
right.
We talking about people that get married and then like
Oh yeah,
yo,
the
three
hot
months
pockets.
later they
Yeah,
want to get divorced. Like yo, you ain't even give
they
it a
wanted a
chance to work.
wedding. Y'all wanted a wedding.
Yeah, you ain't
Yeah.
give it a chance to work.
And you know what's crazy? I'm so glad that you were like very like open and to talk about what happened. Just in reference to your fiance. I was gonna ask you what was your hardest moment. Have you had a harder moment than that in your life?
No, I think besides that is probably my grandma passed.
Mm,
But they, yeah, them two females I think is the hardest. Cause my son mother like yo, I stalked her for 36 days.
yeah.
I did for 36 days. I stalked her. I was working at Rockefeller at the time,
Okay,
and
little plug.
and we were shooting Hey Poppy.
Okay.
But she was on the beach. She worked for Bad Boy at the time, and they was doing something down there on the beach. And I ran over to her. So, because when I saw her, was like one of them cliche things, like yo, everything stopped.
That's
I'm
what I
like,
was like,
yo,
was this in slow motion
yeah, I'm
Baywatch?
like,
Like,
yo, shorty is bad. So yo, when I pushed up on her, get a conversation, she was like, yo, we down here with. I'm like, yo, we're Rockefeller down. I don't be like throwing the names around. She's like, oh, I don't talk to industry niggas.
oh,
Huh?
okay.
So no, I'm not an industry nigga. I'm an in the street nigga, but I'm not an industry nigga.
That
So
part.
she was like, yo, where you from? I was like, yo, Brooklyn. She said, which part? I was like, yo, Brownsville. She's like, oh, definitely don't fuck with y'all. She was like, mm-mm. She was like, yo, you tried, but have a good day. And she left.
Mm.
So all day I didn't do what the fuck I was supposed to do. Like, yo, as far as the video, I'm trying to find out who she is. So I find out that, yo, she worked at Bad Boy. And at that time, Bad Boy was on the 7th floor of Def Jam. So you just go up. Everybody knew everybody in the office. So I
Mhm.
go upstairs. I asked her, I said, yo, I'm looking for a little Dominican chick. She got Dominican flag and a heart on it. They was like, oh, that's Mimi. She take her lunch down in Soho at 1 o'clock every
Dang,
day.
they
You
just
could catch it.
snitched
Yeah,
on
but
us.
I'm saying everybody know everybody
That's
in the building. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So I'm like, no, like, yo, where our office at? So they tell me where our office. I go in the office every day. I stuck a sticky note on her computer. Said, call me. So on the 36th day, I'm in my office and I'm listening to Thong Song. And at that
Child,
time, I said, yo,
we not. First of all,
listen.
you in Baltimore. You ain't going to just rush past Song. Like we ain't
No,
gonna
I'm
give
getting
it
ready to
up
tell
to
you. Oh, no,
Cisco.
I'm getting ready to
I was
tell you.
about to say, shout out to
Listen,
Cisco.
I'm listening to Thong Song. And at first, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? This should have never fly. Boy, was we wrong.
Well, you was
You know
wrong.
what
I
I'm
already
saying?
knew it was a
So,
hit.
yo, when I was listening to her here knock at the door, she come in, it's her. She's like, yo, I don't know if you deranged
No, for real.
or
It's
if
giving
you,
Diddy
yeah, she
Chronicles over
said, yo,
here.
I don't
I'm
know if you
like,
deranged a little bit off or just persistent, but I'm gonna give you a try. And she wrote a number down on one of my sticky pads and stuck it on my computer.
that's
And that's
wow.
what that's how it happened.
That's how my ex-husband got me. He stalked me
He's not
at the gas station and found me on MySpace. So maybe it's something to it. You know what I mean? Like my homegirls was like, "That's so cute." That nigga's
See,
crazy.
yo, you got some good stuff and some bad stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yo, he went on MySpace, like, oh
No, for
yeah,
real. You know, back in the day,
he
I don't even
definitely
know.
knows
Or it
me.
was even MySpace. No, it's MySpace because you could put in like either like a name, a woman's build. You can put a zip code in, and you can find certain
Yeah.
people. That joy was crazy. I
Hey
looked.
yo,
He
what
was
is it?
like, "Hey Tiffany." I was like, "Is somebody stalker?"
Did you remember him?
Yeah, I knew he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really looked at him though. It was like, I'm in the gas station. You know how scary gas stations are
Yeah.
for females.
So when he came to you on MySpace, before you replied, did you go through all his pictures and then reply?
Oh yeah. But he had a whole bunch of those like reels, like he played football.
Uh-huh.
So, but I couldn't see his face. And when we were at the gas stations, I really didn't look him in the face like that. He just
Oh.
would say stuff. He would ask me one question every day. First it was like, "How you doing?" Good, in and out, because that was back when like it was a recession, so like gas was inflated. So
Mhm.
I was putting like $5 in my tank every other day to make it to work. Like dead serious, you know what I mean? I'm a new mother. I had twins. I just was trying to get downtown, and he'd be like, "What's your name, love?" Tiffany. In and out. You know what I mean? Just something, bam, bam, bam. I would say probably like maybe 2 months in, he hit me on MySpace.
So what was at the moment that you realized this man is husband material?
Oh, the first time I actually looked him in his face. Like he invited me out to a movie. I came over to his house. I was actually talking to this guy that looked like D. Ray Davis at the time. He looked and sounded like D. Ray Davis, and he was annoying as shit. Like we on the phone arguing in the car. He's standing out, just waiting for me to get out the car. And finally, I get out the car, and it's like we saw each other, and I was like, "That's my husband." Like almost like we knew each other. And where have you been? I
Ah,
knew I was gonna marry him. He said the same thing. I knew you was gonna be my wife. And we got married maybe like 6 months later.
that's
Had
right.
a big wedding. Mm-hmm.
See, yo,
I was married almost
I
20
mean,
years.
like, yo, see, that's how it's supposed to be. And like you say, yo, y'all did the numbers, y'all
Mm-hmm.
did the bid. Some people, yo, they fall apart. Some people grow apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but I
that's
went.
what you're supposed to do.
It wasn't. That's what I said. I don't regret it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because all the things that came from it was either learning, life lessons, or my beautiful children. So, you know, and
that's
I'm still
right.
ready. I'm still out here loving. You know what I mean? God definitely brought me better. So, like, look, the one thing I can say is when God teach you a lesson, learn.
All
Because
right,
when I
I'm
wasn't learning,
ready.
I was going like I was doing
I'm ready. I
this.
already
Okay,
designed. I
y'all
already
hear that?
designed this ring and everything. We just need to
Y'all hear what
find.
we got going on here? Look, I didn't brought y'all a
I'm
whole
telling you.
whole package,
Shout out
special
to Prestige,
delivery.
Prestige Jeweler. Like, yo, Prestige Jeweler, that's how I go to get all my jewelry. I did the ring. I remember they asked me, like, who is for? I said, I don't know yet.
That's
Just,
crazy.
I'm going to give it to somebody.
I'm about to say, like, can you change sizing? I guess you
You
can
can.
change a
Yeah, you can
man.
change
I'm about to
something.
say you got your jewelry on today. Like, ladies, y'all better get with it or get lost. No, for real, for real. I'm serious. Look, so, but what can you say, like, and this is pretty much like my last question for this section. What is the biggest complaint that you feel like women would make in reference to you? Or even if it's not now, maybe like,
My career.
mm,
And that's because if they insecure about me being around a whole bunch of females.
definitely be seeing you with a lot of females.
Yeah.
But that doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? When it comes
That's
to
what I'm
like,
saying.
I mean,
Like
I feel like,
you gotta be secure because
yeah,
if I'm dealing with you, you shouldn't worry about no other females. But you got dudes that done fucked it up for everybody. You know what I
mm,
mean? So they have to be on guard when it comes to somebody that work like I work. So I mean, you really can't blame them.
and it's nothing wrong with somebody that's busy. You don't want somebody that's all day like, what you doing, what you doing, what you doing. You know
No,
what I mean? Like if I'm busy,
I'll definitely leave.
no, for
Yeah,
real.
if
I
you
was gonna.
nag me, I definitely would leave.
I was just about to ask you. I call this little section tiptoe. Like, what's your deal breaker? Is that your deal breaker?
Um, nagging is my and argumentative.
Mm,
I don't like doing
mm-hmm.
arguments, and somebody don't know how to dress.
Oh wow,
If
that's a
you
big
like,
one.
yeah, I don't want to teach you how to dress.
But you can, I mean, like, if that's the only thing that's wrong with her, you want like maybe like give her a little swag.
No, because yo, if you say hey to me, you should know how to dress already.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I got the big thing.
You like throw that
I
shit
got the
on.
big thing about like yo, I don't like wedges. I don't like flip flops.
Yo,
I don't like blocky heels. And you put them shits on, yo, I will leave you where you stay.
let
I
me.
would not walk with you. I definitely. And y'all believe me? Y'all ask my sisters like, yo, we was on Broadway, get ready to go to a red carpet, and she pulled out some flip flops out of her bag. And I left her right in front of the theater.
Their
And
own sister's crazy,
yeah, my daughter
but
too. Like my daughter comes to the mall and she pull out a flip flop. I leave her right where she. I'm not walking with you with them. I don't like them shit.
it is how I messed up. Like one thing I learned going to Miami, you cannot get into no Miami club with wedges. I'm
No,
already over 6 foot tall. He was like, "You better have some heels on." I had some heels with me,
no,
but
they
don't
will
wear.
pick. They pick their
They
crowd
they
out who they want in the club.
you ain't
By
never
how you
lying.
like, yeah, yeah. Don't and the wedges is trash.
Do
They
not
trash.
bring your ass to
Them and
Miami with some
them and
damn
them
wedges.
chunky, that chunky square. That shit's garbage.
I was having like a whole moment right here. I'm so sorry for all the women like myself who wear kitten heels and everything else because it's a lot of weight on them damn heels.
Yo, hey
And the
man.
more they get them BBLs, I know it's a lot of weight in those damn heels. Them shits be screaming. Look, and I could tell you got a little petty in you. I want to know. Okay, this is called tit for tat. What is either? I want to know what the pettiest thing you've done, not the pettiest thing somebody done to you. You can tell me both, but I want to know what the pettiest thing you've done when it comes to a female.
Yo, I found this chick cheating on me. So, yo, I went to the crib. I moved all the stuff out the crib. I repoed the car. I took all the lights out the crib, out the refrigerator. I took the light out the
I know
refrigerator
you took
too.
that toilet seat off. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say,
I took everything. I took everything off. I took the car from a job. You
Jesus,
know what I'm saying? And I left it just like that.
That's crazy. I'm about to say, so pretty much you Kalista, because that's what Kalista did to Nas. She took everything out the house and just left that little green wedding dress in there.
Yeah.
Came home and was just like nothing.
Yeah, I moved straight out.
That's devastating. He ain't moved straight out. This nigga cleaned her ass out. Like, literally, I mean, okay, now we can pause that a little bit.
Because that cheating shit, like, yo, you want to go do something, like, yo, go do something. Just, leave me alone, but don't make me look stupid.
Oh, how you catch a cheating?
Huh?
How'd you catch a cheating?
My man told me, but then I ain't really listen. But somebody else was talking about it that I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I overheard it. So when I asked the girl, I asked her sister. Sister told me the truth.
Why everybody just be? You must be like something about you that everybody just want. They told you where the girl eat at. Now they tell. I mean, pause. Okay, now they telling you. In reference to like her cheating. So what? This makes me think that it wasn't like a one and done. That she actually was carrying on a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, like that. That'll get you on like Murder Inc.
It's like, yo, also local rap nigga. This nigga still inside.
Oh my god! So pretty much she Remy Ma you, because that's man wild. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's crazy. But damn. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. Like, it's crazy. Like,
that was a part of life, yo. This is a part of life.
It's a circle of life in here. But yeah, I mean, well, we kind of talked about this one. I have a section that's called Fingertip. It's about the one that got away. But my question is, do you feel like you've been the one that got away?
Yeah, but I had one that got away. As a matter of fact, like I tell a story in my movie. Her name Emily Mendez.
Okay.
And it's crazy. Me and my man Cash had moved down to Atlanta. It was my first time down in Atlanta. I remember my homegirl, she was from Memphis, and she had moved there. So she was like, "Yo, I'm coming to your birthday party. I got a friend who's like, yo, you want to talk to us?" No, do no divine dates on the table type shit. So she hit me with the, yo, remember I did this for you, So now I owe her one.
Oh, okay.
I said, all right, cool. I said, yo, I'm going to do it this time. So when I'm coming down the street, she called like, yo, where you at? And I said, yo, I'm at the stop sign. I'm at the traffic light, right? She was like, yo, we in line. I said, I see you. So I see the girl, but I see the back of her.
Okay.
All right. And she got an ass, but I see the back of her.
Okay.
The ass don't mean anything.
That's true.
Like, yo,
that's what they call
chicks that got an ass, they ain't got a chest. Most of them that got a chest ain't got an ass. Some that got both, they be ugly as shit.
You better start a fight over here because look, I'm doing squats every day, Tony.
So when I ride past, like I see the back of them, so when I'm coming, pause. I see her, she turned around, she looks just like Angelina Jolie.
Mm-hmm.
Just like her. Smile and everything. So she light skinned and she had brown eyes. She's like, yo, my name M. And right there, like, it was an instant connect. So at the end of the night, she had told me she was from Washington Heights, which y'all know in New York, that's DC. That's stand for Dominican City.
Okay.
And she was like, yo, where you from at? I said, yeah, what about? She's like, you put my number in. So we put a number in, and it was a cool thing, man. And we got a little story to tell, but the thing is like,
how'd you lose it?
She had to go back to DR. Her pop had passed away.
Damn.
And he was on some Dominican council or something down there, and she went down there to take a spot and to help her mom out.
That's crazy. Why everything that you be going through be like a movie and stuff? Like, I'm over here all in and stuff. Give me some popcorn. I'm like,
so yeah, but I still talk to her and everything. Like, yo, I sent her a couple of pictures of chicks that was going to play her.
Okay.
And she was like, yo, I like this, I like that. And I sent the script. And she, was like, yo, that's cool. Nah, they take that part out. So like, she's still down there, but it just ain't work out the way it was.
Well, look, for one, I still had hope for y'all, but in the meantime, at least you kind of putting yourself out there. You might find another M. Well, maybe they can't be like M, but maybe you could be like lowercase M. You know what I mean?
Definitely gonna be another one like, yo.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What I'm gonna say, you kind of segued us into your movie.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me a little bit about this movie because I'm very much so. I saw some of like the cast and the actual, um people that you're supposed to like play different people. Can you just give me some background about that? Because I really
Um,
want to hear about it and see what's going on.
but as I was telling my guy Jay, it's called Can I Live, and it's basically when we hit success, a lot of success is not peaceful. You know what I'm
True.
saying? It comes with more problems.
More
It
money,
gives
more
more
problems.
money, more problems, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, yo, this music industry is not all glitter and gold. So
Mm-hmm.
we just telling the story of how we came into it. It's not one of them coming to age one. It's just showing a person that's already in the industry,
Right.
and he finds out that it's no different from where he came from. But he
Right.
came here to get away
Away
from
from
where
the
we
streets.
came from. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But as we enter, the things from the street follow us into the industry. So it
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's like, yo, it doesn't mean whatever type of money that you get, you don't escape certain things. You
Nah,
know what I'm
when they
saying?
say all money ain't good money, that's
Yeah.
a real thing.
So and that's what the meaning is, like, yo, can I just kind of live peacefully?
Right.
And so we gotta find our way through the path of the industry, which is not a pleasant thing. It's
See,
not what we thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? And we tell a lot of shit that's behind the scene that people really need to know, because if you don't have tough skin, you're not going to make it in this industry. If you're going to come in here, you need to know exactly what happened, and
absolutely.
can you deal with this?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same thing is that um, all the time when we leave the streets, that don't mean everything is settled.
No, for real. You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I actually wrote this down. This next part is called Big Tip. And I wanted you to drop some jewels in reference to the industry. And you already kind of like hitting on that. Like, I'm about to say, I feel like we like twin souls over here. You know what I mean? Like, we equally yoked. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, my first question in reference to it was, I wanted to know how did you get in? And then also, what is a good way to get into the industry?
Well, actually, I have a documentary coming out on Hulu.
Mm.
So when I was doing the Hulu, was a lot of stuff that I couldn't tell in the documentary.
Okay.
But I remember somebody we was talking like in the barber, so it was like, yo, you should just do a mini movie on your life and your man Sean life. It's like, oh, niggas will watch it. I was just listening for a minute, but what actually made me go forward with it is Alvin Gray.
Oh wow!
I
Shout out to
mean,
Alvin Gray. If y'all don't know who he is,
yeah,
look him up.
yeah. Look, Alvin Gray, Baltimore owned.
Mm.
He's a legendary filmmaker. You know what I'm saying? So being in his films and seeing how he does the films, and a couple of other directors like in the DMV, I say, yo, I want to try this.
Right.
And I'm still learning as we go, because I'm coming from the music industry. I don't
Right.
really know nothing about the film thing.
Hmm.
So I'm walking this path and learning every day. And Wayne Johnson is helping me along the way. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
that.
So the thing is, I got, like I was discussing earlier, I got like screenwriters to help me with it and
Hmm.
everything. I just wanted to come out and people take something from the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of jewels, and it's going to give you an image of how black men every day, what we go through, even with money or without money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because when you got money, you got people around you don't know if they beneficial or it's just
Hmm.
a official. You know what I mean? You got to deal with that. Then you got to deal with people who think that you're richer than what you is,
Right.
and they want their hands out. Then you got niggas that want to take what you have. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to deal with family members.
Oh
You
my
got to deal
gosh.
then. then you have to
Everybody on
deal.
payroll.
Yeah, you got to deal with, and like my character, he has to deal with the family. He has to deal with people thinking he got money, which he
Hmm.
don't really have no money. When you get signed, you're not rich. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's a lot of artists that get signed and they not really rich.
That's what I was
You
going
know
to
what I'm
ask you.
saying?
What's the worst part of being in the
Yeah,
industry?
they
That is
not
the
really rich when
misconception.
they first get signed. Like
Hmm.
when you get a mill, your taxes taken out
It's,
after
it's
that.
almost
You
gone.
get like 500,000, then you got to pay other people out of that. You probably left with probably a good 100 G's afterwards.
Then you go
You know
buy a
what I'm
chain
saying?
because
Yeah,
niggas love
and that's
chains.
the programming that we is. You program to go buy jewelry, go buy a whip,
Hmm.
go buy a house, take care of your encouragements and everything. And so my character, he's not like that, but he's doing everything that niggas is programmed to do, and he's trying to stay faithful to his girl because his girl, she's not from this world.
Hmm.
Like she goes to Harvard,
Got
you
it.
know what I'm saying? She only going by what she see in tabloids and blogs and
Okay.
everything. So she thinks he's this. So that's another thing on him that he's trying to keep solid is his relationship with his girl, his relationship with his family, and his man that just came home. And all of these is surrounded by a money situation.
You know what is crazy? First of all, it sounds exhausting, and I think that people don't understand. Like, I'm a comedian. I don't do comedy as much as I used to because I made a decision to actually not only just focus on myself. Really, sometimes you have to step back to clear your mind, reset your life, and then also make real connections with real people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then once you're stronger, if you find a partner that backs you and supportive, and that's when it's easy to take off. That's why I'm trying to get my man hooked up now. Y'all don't understand that when I read that first card and it said businessman, jet setter, actor, down a producer, and I'm sure he's a part writer, creative, all these things, and he got a ring already set up and ready for you. You know what I mean?
uh,
So like, come on now.
so
Like,
yeah, I want people to take a lot. Just take is a lot we're going to give in the movie for everybody to learn, and it's a thing that applies to everybody every day. It's like, yo, can I just live?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether where I'm rich, where I'm poor, I just want to live. That's what it is.
That's what's up. Like, and it's crazy. Like, I have this. The next part is called Sneak Tip. I'm not sure if you're selling your merch, but I got my Can I Live shirt. So
Yeah, we are. We are. I got a
you got to.
collabo. I got a collabo with Sheen,
Okay,
which
Sheen.
which is funny is because yo, one of my homegirls in her IG, her name is Miss Bad Yellow. She put up a picture of an outfit that she bought from a black designer.
Okay.
Sheen stole the picture and put it on their website.
Sheen be doing that though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And she posted, I was like, yo, that is crazy.
That's insanity.
And that's not the first time they done
It's
done
that
like they done stole,
misappropriation.
yeah, they done stole
Yeah.
a lot of black artists designs and put it on their website.
And that Sheen be hit or miss. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It'd
yeah.
be like what you bought versus what you get. It is not always what you think it is. And I'm
So no,
tall.
with that, um, I'm like hands on to everything that we make and where it come from.
Oh, that's what's
You know what
up.
I'm saying? And make sure that it's right.
The material feel good. Like I said, I cannot wait to wear my shirt. I'm already on top of it.
Yeah.
And he bought it in blue. Let me say, I'm a black and blue person. Don't buy me dark colors. You know what I mean? That's right. I'm like a vampire.
And a Air Force One. So the other day,
Ooh.
I was in Nike. If y'all go in Soho, you could go down to the sneaker bar where you can make your own ones. But I'm gonna do a collab where we're gonna give a pair of Can I Live Air Force Ones out like at the premieres and
That
stuff
is
like that.
dope.
Yeah,
I'm definitely all in. I'm gonna be
yeah,
there. Look, I did already say I didn't even ask, but I'm gonna be there. Look, I'm gonna say, like, I am so impressed. You know what I mean? You know how you go into something and I'm like, oh, he's cool. He seemed like he down to earth. He's so funny, but I'm talking about I'm truly, truly impressed. And also truly thankful that you just sat down with me today. You know what I mean? This is my episode 4. You know, this is my baby.
Oh, that's good. He's not a good dude. I didn't even know this dude was here. Let me tell you about
Oh,
Jay.
and I just want to let you know who he's talking about. I'm about to say my engineer, the man behind the mission, Mr. JS1. Also, I like to call him Mr. VVC, Radio, Life. Look, he's all these things. Yeah, so let's talk about Jay.
So Miss Raven, everybody knows. She asked me, like, yo, was you in consideration of doing a radio show, a podcast? I was like, nah. I was like, yo, ain't nobody gonna listen to me. So she's like, nah, you should. It's like, yo, I got an opportunity.
So this was like back in the day. You talking about? Oh, okay, cool.
So
cool.
She came to me like probably 2 months later. She's like, yo, did you think about what I said? I said, no. I wasn't. I said, this is the last thing on my mind. She's like, nah, come down to this building and I'm gonna have you talk to somebody. And it's like, yo, we get the podcast done. And she's like, yo, just try it out. I said, all right, cool. So at that time, I seen people doing podcasts and everything. I came and met with Jay, and we sat down and talked. And he was like, yo, how long did it take you to get the show together? I said, oh, give me 30 days. And I came up with a team, and that was that. We rocked out. We rocked out for like 3 years. Yeah,
y'all still rocking out now, for what I heard. Yeah, I'm about to say you still part of the, you know what I'm saying, conglomerate. When you were saying Raven, you talking about Raven Purse. Yeah,
I couldn't think of her last name.
Nah, she's amazing. She's dope. Was she on 90Q? I can't remember. So. Yeah, she was. Oh, okay, but yeah, shout out to Raven Purse. Yeah, that's dope. Oh, look, you see how connected this man is? Like I said, I mean, again, if you're interested, like I said, I'm thinking about bringing him back on because this is something that I'm going to do with some of the other persons that was on the show and kind of maybe like bring 3 young ladies here now that I know what it is that you do and don't want, and maybe do like a 7 minutes of heaven. You know what I mean?
I like that.
You like that? Yeah. So you can come, you can sit in whichever one, even if it's the one that you like the most, maybe send y'all out on a date.
Okay.
I think that'd be cute. You know what I mean? All right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. You know what I mean?
Let's screen them first.
We ain't screening nothing. You gonna get what you get. Like, you get a bad apple, look, tear her ass up. Leave her right there with her flip flops on. You better not come up here with no block heels.
Yeah.
He ain't playing with you.
It's definitely not gonna fly. Like, yo, you look good, but the shits ain't right, man.
That's terrible. Sheesh.
It's just not right.
Well, look, like I said, that was another episode of Just Put the Tip In podcast. I appreciate y'all for, just sitting with us. Hopefully y'all a little lit, because I did say Tony a couple times in there. And like I say, every time, make the choices.
JUSTPUT, the TIPPI and me. JUSTPUT, the TIPPI and me. JUSTPUT, the TIPPI and me. JUSTPUT, the TIPPI and me.